think that's what creates the incompatibility to jump on these Zooms.
Good. Very good point. Okay, welcome everybody. We're getting started here. My name is Tammy and I'm here with my fearless crew. We're on here on a Saturday afternoon during summer. It just turned summer solstice here in the United States, and some parts of the world is actually going into winter. We have some people in Australia actually in our membership. So it's kind of cool that we have people from all over the world piling on. I've been working online myself for 12 years. I've owned the company Get Fearless Freedom that we're going to talk about here since 2019. And I've used this system, this marketing funnel. Some of these terminologies and these words today might be new to you, but it's a real simple way to say that's time freedom. I don't know how else to say it, but a sales funnel gives you time freedom. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about my 90-minute DMO, which is a fancy term for daily method of operations. And I'm going to show you guys the 4 places that I advertise. One of them being where I'm at right now, YouTube. YouTube has made a lot of money for myself and my son. I'm not going to lie. Video marketing has helped put millions of dollars in not only my pocket, but my members' pocket. We talk about video marketing quite a bit on our Zooms, on our paid masterminds. In fact, this coming Monday, I'm going to make sure every single one of my members has their YouTube channel set up and monetized like I have mine, so that you can make money while you're sleeping, while you're eating. It don't matter what. I woke up yesterday and boom, $1,000, for example, and I'll talk to you guys about that all the time, was in my Zelle account. So with this system, it can happen. So the I guess you could say history of Get Fearless Freedom, again, started in 2019. And I'm going to bring up a little slide presentation here. One second. We got to find it. Rob's going to always have to help me. Tell me where it's at. I'm not a techie person. If anyone ever says to me, I'm not techie, I'll say, you know what? I'm not either. So Beverly's smiling because she knows I'm not techie. And I'm, like I said, I'm not one of those presenters where I have to read something. I just go and flow from the heart, you know? And like I said, I've been doing these for quite a while. So what I wanted to share though, is my little presentation Rob put together. Where is that, Rob? Can you bring it up?
Yes, so it's easy from your end too.
Okay.
Just click share screen.
Share screen. Got it. We're live on my YouTube.
Bottom left, click the icon, the Mac icon.
Finder.
Go to iCloud Drive.
Okay.
Keynote. Open it up.
There it is, guys. See, we just showed you how to actually access our presentation. Now, Jamie, I think you have this, right? I think Rob gave you a version of this. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go to the beginning. Why is it not? Okay, click in here. Okay, here we go. So one of the problems that I had was, one second here, share screen. Okay.
You have to zoom out. So at the top left.
Oh, there we go. All right, cool. All right, so one of the problems that I had when I first came online is, number one, I didn't know where to get leads. I didn't know how to market. I had no clue. So the first 2 years I was kind of stumbling around. Does that sound familiar to anybody on here? Like, no one taught me. So when I first got into my member to member, this is what we do, is we take payments in member to member, by the way. My company never touches your money. My company never touches your leads. Okay. I'm just here to guide you guys, everybody here today. So I'm here to guide you. So when I started online, I was like, all right, well, what do I do? Where do I go? I did know that I responded to a magazine ad, and I thought to myself, well, I don't have $3,500, you know, to get into a magazine. So I had to learn all this stuff. So this is honestly through the school of hard knocks. So some of these strategies and some of these things, like I said here today, you might have to re-listen to it. Okay. And this is the reason why we record these and put these on my YouTube channel, put them in my Facebook group. I believe in transparency, because what I didn't get when I joined was I didn't get a mentor to jump on with me on a Zoom. I didn't. He wouldn't. He said, Tammy, this is it. I sent off $3,500 and go to town, have fun. It was a sales funnel. And I had to figure all this other stuff out. So this is what I tell you guys this because I know there's some people on here that feel the same way or felt the same way as me. Okay. And so fast forward to 2023 in June, I have taught thousands of people how to do this same process. There's really only 3 steps to getting your business set up. Okay. 3 steps to unstoppable and to fearless. Okay. You always will drive traffic to a capture page, to a sales funnel, and you'll collect the leads. Now, this is the cool part, and I'll show you guys this in a minute. I follow up for you. So how there's so many people on the Zoom here today is because I sent out an email to the list. Yes, I am a little bit techie. I can figure out how to do that. I log into my email portal, and this is how everybody's getting on the Zoom here today. So I literally share what I do. Now, what other company owner can anybody say in here, what other company owner does 2 Zooms a week for their members and also teaches and drives traffic for them? I don't know of many. So I wanted to be different. I wanted to set the pace. I wanted to actually have a company. When I relaunched this in February of this year, I wanted to have a company that everybody was proud of. Okay. I believe in it. I love it. I love the system. It's put me on 4 and 5 different leaderboards, but I wanted you guys and gals to be proud of it. So it's not just a PLR product. Okay. It's not just where we just dumped a bunch of stuff in the back office and said, okay, we're going to call it Get Fearless Freedom and we're going to just resell it for the levels. No, it's actually more than that. Okay. So I just want you guys to understand that when you get into a home-based business, you're going to look at like 5 things. You're going to look at the number 1 is the owner, who owns it. Okay. Number 2, is the system duplicatable? Can you plug in your members and the people you bring in? Can you plug them into an existing system that is proven to work and that you don't have to set this up? You don't have to do the HTML. You don't have to do any of the coding. Okay. Rob and I, we're co-owners, but we also have a third person that does all of the coding in the back office of Get Fearless Freedom. It's amazing. Because again, you just seen me and Beverly's laughing because it's the truth. I'm not techie. Okay. I don't expect you guys to be techie. All you got to do is a 90-minute DMO, and I'll show you guys that here today. So does that kind of make sense to everybody? You always have a problem out. There's always a problem. And when you can solve people's problems, you can make a lot of money when you have that solution. Okay. So I've been in the picks and the shovels business for years. Okay. So there might be some people on here that absolutely love their primary business, their primary network marketing company. And I love it too. I love network marketing. Okay. But this is not network marketing. Okay. You're never going to have to sell, tell, or explain. You're never going to have to get people or pitch people or message people in inboxes. You're never going to have to do that. All we're doing is taking a 90-minute flow of your day. You sit down, get rid of your distractions. My family knows that for 12 years, I say, hey, I'm going to go in my office, spend 90 minutes. And guess what? Then we get to go play, do whatever, go to Vegas, takes trips. We've gone around the world. I've flown to London, like things like that. It's the time freedom that we're after, right? It's not so much the money, correct? So if everybody's on the same page, just put another 1 in there. So I know you guys are still with me. Okay. We do an interaction here on these Zooms. Okay, cool. All right. So as you know, you got here because I followed up with your lead from my email portal. Okay. So it's really, really simple. This is what I do. I get to do all this stuff for you guys in the background. I can run traffic for you. I can send out leads for you. This is my back office of Get Fearless Freedom. It's different than what you see in your back office, but this is what I did 2 times today. Did anybody experience this process? Put a 1 or put a 7 or say, yeah, I did. I got your email, Tammy. Like if you got the email or if you got invited by a Facebook invite, cool. Let us know that too, but put it in the chat so that we know that the system's working, because validation is key. Did you guys know that I had no clue again how to do any of this stuff when I started, but I'm fast forwarding you here today in an hour of the 12 years of work that I've learned. Does that make sense? I won't be able to fit it all in an hour. That's the reason why we have you know, people come in and joining in on the private masterminds on Monday. And how many was on the Monday's mastermind, Jamie? It was crazy. We're getting like 20, 30, right? And I like to actually work with a small group of people, because to me, I could say, hey, Jamie, hey, such and such, hey, do you have your Craigslist ads up? Or do you have your YouTube channel? Or do you have your Facebook? And Rob, my son, is a Facebook expert. So we have different ways that we can show you guys how to market, how to get leads onto your list. Traffic is the lifeblood of your Get Fearless Freedom business. Without traffic and without people coming to your capture page, you have zero. Okay, you won't get money. It's just plain simple. So when we taught our loan officers this, when we were mortgage brokers back in New York State, back in the day, right before 9/11, we had actually a mortgage broker business for 15 years. And Rob, when I was raising up Rob, I was actually in charge of what? Guess. Who can guess what I was in charge of at the mortgage broker business? Marketing, advertising. Because if we didn't have anyone coming through the front door, and that was back in the day when we didn't have a website, we didn't have Zooms, we had to go belly to belly. I'm not trying to make myself old here, sound old here, but I'm telling you, people are spoiled nowadays, okay? Because we used to have to knock on doors. We used to have to go into attorneys. We were just talking to Rob about this the other day, and he's like, Mom, man, you got to share that sometime on one of your Zooms. It's like people are spoiled nowadays because we used to have to go and we used to say to the attorneys, hey, can we take on some of your customers and clients that are losing their homes to foreclosures? And can we help them refinance their houses? That's what we went in, cold called. We actually went in, my husband and I, we'd cold call and sit down, you know, and we did the same thing when we were real estate investors. So anyway, I just want to tell you guys that things have come a long ways. And when you think about it, we're all pretty darn spoiled, aren't we? So we can come here, we can see, I'm sitting here out west. You might be all, you know, who knows where you are sitting here listening to me, but because of the power of the internet, and especially because of the power of Zooms, I'm able to show you guys exactly what I do. See, again, my sponsor didn't show me. Okay, I had one Zoom. It wasn't a Zoom. It was a one. Who remembers the go-to webinars on Thursdays? Who remembers those? Rob and Jamie, we got people waiting in the waiting room coming in, just so you know. I don't know if you guys can see them, but if you can let them in while I'm talking. But yeah, so I mean, we had go-to webinars, and once a week, that was it. I didn't get to message my sponsor on Facebook Messenger. I didn't get to text him. I didn't get to nothing. He just said, when you join, come to once a week on a Thursday night. And I got to listen to him for an hour. Now, he did share his screen. He did show me how to run solo ads, e-signs, and things like that. Okay. So, all right, get on with it, Tammy, you're saying, right? So what we want to talk about again is Get Fearless Freedom. And I'm not going to be able to find this again. Here it is. All right. So we already know the problem, okay? And if you could mute, please, whoever has it unmuted again. The problem is this customer support. Most companies don't have live customer support like Rob and I, okay? And we have an amazing customer support so that no matter how big we get, no matter how big the community gets, we're here for expansion. Listen, if I could have 22 loan officers in an actual one office, I can, and I've had 3,500 affiliates in the first original Fearless Mama. So I can handle it. I know how to expand. I know how to expand businesses. Okay. So that was one of the problems that people found, and they don't find it here. The other thing was there was no large commissions. Are you guys sick and tired of working for the $25 commissions? Here you get paid $200, $500, and $1,000. Okay. And there's rumblings about having a higher level in the fall. Okay. There's direct payouts for us. There isn't in some of the opportunities that you see and that you look at online. Sometimes the company takes in the commissions and then they wait 30 days. What is it, Rob? One of the companies waits 45 days, we've heard.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
And all of the lead generation strategies and things like that are always only on social. They're only focused on social media strategies. Whereas with Rob and I, we showed you several different ways for lead generation strategies. There's some people that just don't want to do social media, and I get it, because I have a husband that won't even get on Facebook. He has no Facebook account and hasn't ever and never will. Okay. He advertises on Craigslist. So that was the problem. So again, I love these the images that Rob did up for us. And then, like I said, I like to ad-lib, and I used to actually play saxophone in a jazz band. So I had nothing to read. I had no sheet music. So in my head, I'm always ad-libbing. So again, this is what the other guys have, and this is what we have. We have all this, okay? And again, you get direct instant payments whenever you start referring this and making the, starting a campaign, okay? So we'll go on here. And one of the biggest things that I said to myself is, all right, let's keep the costs low. So you know how we have like Sam's Club memberships and Costco and things like that? I'm able to keep my costs low, $47 a month, because we have many, many members, okay? Hundreds of members. And one of the cool parts about it is you won't ever have to pay for your own hosting. You won't have to try to figure out how to put up a website or a sales letter that converts. Rob and I have all that. Obviously, it's been working like crazy. We also have the cool part about the $47 admin fee is I send out, again, I've been talking about the email portal. I send out to your leads, okay? And sometimes 2 and 3 times a day. I know it might sound excessive, but people do and are on a lot of lists. So we got to stand out. It's just like today, like I said, it's a pretty packed Zoom, and that's the reason why on a Saturday. All right. You're also going to get 5 branded pages. What are branded pages? Branded pages are something that actually the person will get to know, like, and trust you. And that's where the automation comes in, because when you're actually marketing out there, how many people have never heard my name before on the Zoom? I'll give you guys an example. How many people on the Zoom have never heard of Tammy before? I just want to take a little poll. Okay. Because the thing is no one will know you until you share who you are. And that's the reason why that second page is so important for people to get to know you, to send off $1,000 to you. Does that make sense? So that's the reason why we have the 5 branded pages back there. Everybody knows me? I don't think so. Put in the chat. I know a lot of people don't know who I am. Just put in the chat. I don't know who you are. I have no clue. I have no idea what you're even talking about today, Tammy. It's okay. My feelings don't get hurt. Remember, I'm the fearless mama. I've taught thousands of people. There you go. Not until today. See? So you want people to, yep, there you go. No clue. So you want people to get into your sales funnel, not my sales funnel, your sales funnel, so that you can collect the money. Now, who's open to collecting $1,000 in their sleep while they're out hiking, doing whatever? Rob does it all the time. And again, who's open to it? Who's open to doing that? All right, cool. We got some people that are really open to it. See, you got to be actually open to wanting money coming in, flowing into your life. That's the first step, is to make that choice. Okay. I did it 35 years ago. I said, I am not going to work for someone else. We're able to have our dogs. we goof off all the time during the day. We made that choice. I don't have a 9-to-5. I haven't for 35 years. You know what I mean? So with sales systems, they've changed my life. They really have. They actually saved my life last year. They saved my life. I was able to work when I wasn't able to actually speak. So I'll share that story towards the end. So here we go. The history of Get Fearless Freedom again is this. This is my family and I. We love going to Vegas. It's just the best thing in the world to be able to say, hey, let's take off and do this trip. Okay. My daughter's a paralegal. She actually does love legal. And so she's a paralegal. And my husband, he's a real estate investor, and also he's part of the Get Fearless Freedom with the side gig hustles in the mastery section in the 500 level. He wants people to know that when you start making really good money, do what him and I do. Don't just go blow it on vacations all the time. Put it into some stuff, put it into art, put it into, things that will actually appreciate, right? do like the arbitrage and things like that we do. And we talk about that on the Zooms. I actually want to do a special Zoom for people that are in the 500 and the 1000 mastery and the supreme level, because this is really fun. We found a Elvis Presley art piece that really Terry loved. And we bought it. We found it on one auction company site that we give to you in the back office of Get Fearless Freedom. We found it on one site, and then we resold it, or they call it a flip or an arbitrage opportunity, and took a spread when we flipped it to another art auction company that we found in another part of the town. We teach how to do that in the back office. Okay. You can get jewelry. You can get sports memorabilia. Who's a sports enthusiast on here? I bet you some guys are, right? You can actually find these deals on the auction sites in the 500 level. Remember what I said in the beginning? We did not want this just to be any other opportunity where just talk about lead generation, right? That's what always talked about all the time. Well, I want to talk more about the strategy. You know, it's not getting any easier out there. Okay. The dollar is going like this every day, right? We all hear it. Economy's about ready to collapse. But why not have some fun? You know what? Why not have some positivity? You know, who cares about all the doom and gloom? I want to actually have fun and go and travel and find these little cute little pieces of art and things like that with my husband. And I do that. In fact, tomorrow we have a trip planned up in the mountains, and we're going to be going into these little places that we can search and then we can find, you know? So I thought, well, why not have my community learn about it as well with me? You know what I mean? Who likes that? Like, it's so different. It's not like any other opportunity. Again, I'm here to be unique. I'm here to have a community that actually is proud of saying, wow, I want to get Fearless Freedom member in here, because they're not just going to learn about lead strategy. They're going to learn about other things, you know? So that's the reason why I think it's cool and that it's different, is because of the levels and what's back there. Okay. So when I teach the on our paid masterminds, which again on Monday at 9 o'clock. Okay. So if you decide to start today, if you haven't, on Monday, I will make sure everybody is set up to have the automation, because I want to make sure that your pages are correct and that you're using the good converting pages and traffic, you know, so you can have that cash flow coming in. It's really important to me as a company owner, and people know that about me. So here we go. These are the levels. We're going to go through the levels, and Jamie did a really, really good PDF. Jamie, do you happen to have that where you can pop it in the chat, or can't you? I don't know if you can copy and paste that for everybody in the chat. I was going to ask you to do before the Zoom, but she came up with this PDF that is amazing. I mean, we're talking about, this is what I love about this community. It's not, you know how there's other business opportunities where everybody's just for themselves. Anybody ever experienced that? Where they're just like, bye-bye, you know, they collect the money and then they never have a Zoom again. There's other communities like that. Anybody ever experienced that? It's crazy. Well, here we have the leaders like Brianna. She has her training in the 1000 level, for example. Okay. Rob, he has his Facebook training in the mastery and in the 1000 level. See, so everybody has a part in this community. So when you have what they call skin in the game, or, you know, interaction, then you're typically, your brain is more like, oh, okay, I want to do this and I want to stay in this business and I want to continue in this business. Does that make sense? So when you have something to offer, and if someone has another lead generation skill or strategy, I'm open to it. Let me know about it, you know, because it'd be cool. Like I said, there's kind of rumblings about having a higher level. I'll either do a 1500 or a 2000 level. I love high ticket. So that's kind of the two main right here, strategies and levels and what you get. And again, every level, 200, 500, 1000, you'll get me following up with your leads. So has anyone it dawned on them today that you just have to advertise? That's it. I'm pretty much closing and following up with everybody's leads. This is one of my favorite subjects, and we just did a mastermind on it Monday. And I don't know who's on here today, but Monday was an aha moment for people, because they're just like, wow, okay, So that's why I don't see you doing all this kind of stuff, all this kind of crazy stuff all the time over on Facebook, because you're over here on this little honey hole called Craigslist and classified ads. Did you guys know that I actually even do nationwide advertising offline? There you go. Write it down. Classifieds are still a thing. Yes, I know you guys are glued and you're just like addicted to social media. I get it. I used to be. I'm not anymore. It doesn't matter to me. If my Facebook got shut down tomorrow, it won't matter to me. Number one, I have a list. A lot of marketers don't do that. Did you know a lot of the top sponsors in this industry don't even have an AWeber list? Who knows that? I bet you guys are like, really? They don't? Why wouldn't they? They're grinding it out on Facebook every single day. Not me. Again, I like time freedom. I have my YouTube channel, I have my Craigslist, and I have my solo ads. And if I just had those three, I just said 3 of the places that I go, didn't I? I'll say it again. Craigslist, YouTube, solo ads. I have it wrote down in front of me every single day. Once in a while, I'll do an Instagram post, but not really a lot. I write it down. I keep it on my DMO. Takes me less than 90 minutes now. And then I go off and do my thing. And then my emails follow up for people. So this is how I'm sponsoring, just so you guys have a hint today. This is how I'm sponsoring 1 to 2 people a day in Get Fearless Freedom. Okay. This is what I do. All right. Let's see. 1 second. Yeah. I can't believe I sold it too. I know, Val. Well, my husband's one of those, he likes to flip stuff. You know, but we do have some really cool pieces of art we just picked up. I'll have to show it to you. I'll show it to you in the paid group. It's really neat. Okay, let's go on to the, who wants to hear about the, I'll give you guys a real quick glimpse into my Craigslist. So I've already showed you guys my strategies, my honey holes. Like I tell people, I don't actually keep anything back. I don't know if you guys know some of the, like the no excuses events or Eric Worre or anything like that. And I'd sit and I'd listen. And when I went to those events and I'd listen to the guys and they'd be like, well, just share what you know, because once they listen to you or they get off your presentation, honestly, you don't have to worry about it, because only like 20 to maybe not even 20% or 10% of the people that listen to you on those days will even take action on what you're saying. So he's like, just go for it. Because I think Jamie was even a little worried today. She's like, oh no, Tammy's going to share so much. She's like, even posted it on her Facebook. And I'm like, don't worry, Jamie. I tell my leaders, don't worry, because most people won't even take action on it. So I just share away. It don't matter to me. I just want you guys to have value today. You know what I mean? So the more value that you put out there in the marketplace, the more money that's going to come back, and the more, you know, the more blessings or whatever you want to say is going to come back to you. Don't be shy when you learn these techniques. Don't be shy. Okay. Don't be shy with it. People will love you for it. Okay. So my Craigslist ads are live. I'll show them to you guys again. Nice to see you on here again, Bishop David. Okay. So
Glad to be here.
yeah, it's great to see you again, my friend. Okay, so these are all my Craigslist ads, and boy, are they popping, the 500s coming in. Whew. Any advertising, by the way, when I start sharing this, results are based upon your efforts. I state no income claims. I'm doing my CYA right now. Results are based upon your efforts. I cannot state any income claims. Okay, said it 2 times. And also look at the disclaimer, please, on the Get Fearless Freedom website. Okay, here we go. These are my live ads. Okay, you can put these ads up. The reason, and the other, I guess you could say, aha moment, 3 years ago, my programmer and I, again, remember, I've had this for 4 years. Okay, I haven't gone anywhere. Okay, I've used it for other companies that I fell in love with, passionate about, whatever. Okay, but now since I've relaunched Get Fearless Freedom, I'm focused on my community and teaching others how to do it. That's me. That's what I want to do, right? What do you want to do? Do you want to actually use my software for another business opportunity? Guess what? You can. You can. Or you can, and listen to this carefully, because I get this question a lot after I get my off the Zooms. Listen to this carefully. A lot of people ask me, can I use Get Fearless Freedom for my other businesses? Yes. you can, and I'll show you where you can actually redirect your links. If you have a good converting video, again, it's on you, okay, to have that. But yes, you can use Get Fearless Freedom for any other opportunity. But I want you to resell my software. I want you to build this community with me, okay? That's the reason why you're on the Zoom, okay? Is because I need affiliates. I need you guys to help me spread the good news, spread the words that we're actually doing this together, okay? This is a mission. This is a movement. And when I launched it in February, I said to myself, I had a dream. I said, and I even woke up this morning and I said, this is more of a mentoring than anything, because at the 1000 level, we have the mastery, we have the mindset training, we have all that, but this is more of a, let's help people. If you can help yourself first, put your oxygen mask on first, and then help other people, we're going to have a better world. You know, we're going to have a better world, community. There's things happening right now we don't even like to talk about, right? So why not come here, learn a skill to pay the bills, and then learn a skill to help other people? Does that make sense here? I hope everybody's on the same page as me, because I'm really passionate about helping other people. I want to help another 100 families by the end of the year become free. There's no reason not to when we have this system. The system was given to us, I feel like, as just like, wow, it was all these other systems that were so expensive every month. This is only $47. You guys can make unlimited money here. You pay your sponsor one time. Did you guys get that? One time, you pay your sponsor one time, 200, 500, 1,000, wherever you can come in, fit in, and then 47 a month. The rest of it is strictly ROI, like 100% ROI. Where can you get that? Where can you get that kind of leverage? You know what I mean? So leverage me. A lot of people leverage me. They leverage my knowledge. They leverage me. They help, I help them close sales and things like that. So here's one example. I get probably 2 to 3 leads a day with just this strategy. Okay. And again, I can't state income claims, so don't ask me any, I'll from time to time say, okay, I just had a $2,000 day or whatever. Okay. Because people always want to see results. Okay. Again, your results are based upon your efforts. This is not a passive opportunity. This does take some action. All right. But I'm showing you guys the goods today. So what you can do is you can reply. If a person sees this add-on, they can actually reply, auto reply. It's going to get a little message, and you're probably saying, well, how come you can't put your website in there? It's because Craigslist stopped doing that. They stopped allowing people to put their websites into Craigslist ads. Okay. That's the reason why we came up with, again, the solution to the problem and created the auto reply software. So this is how that works. So now I have a bunch of my team. I keep saying my team. I keep saying I forget that I own Get Fearless Freedom, but my members, tons of my members now are going into their targeted cities, and we have like ads popping up everywhere. And we shared, like Anne, she shared hers, and I don't know, let's see who else is on here that we did on Monday. We shared our ads. Okay. Now, if you're outside of where Craigslist is, like if you're in Canada or in other parts of the world, Google classifieds, and you can put up classified ads like in Kijiji. You ever hear of Kijiji on here? Yeah. David, you probably have. Yeah. You can post an ad there. You can go ad crazy, because again, you don't have to train anyone. You don't have to answer anyone if you don't want to. You can just be a lead generation machine. That is it. All right. So that's that. I think that's covered, right? You guys understand that one? Okay, cool. All right. So this is kind of like, okay, wait, there's more. I already went over that. This is the level I love. This is a level that's actually changing a lot of people's lives. We installed it not too long ago. So this is very new to the marketplace, and you guys are going to want to get your hands on it today. When you do join at the 1000 level, you will get the 200 level and the 500 level included. Okay. And again, you can put these on automation. You obviously, want to help the person that joined afterwards. We have a special getting started document that Brianna came up with, and that Jamie, your getting started document is amazing too. I love it. But it's a very simple, okay, this is what we got. This is what you want to do. And then this is where you want to get started. Right. And I just think that if if you know and understand the power of those 1,000 payments, like a lot of people talk numbers online, but when you think to yourself, geez, if I can just help 5 people this month, that's an extra $5,000. If you can help that person make $5,000, then you're going to feel really good about yourself too. Because when I put money in my members' pockets, like, I love it. I'm thrilled. I had a gentleman that I put in over $5,000 in his pocket. And what's he paying me a month? $47. See? So when you change someone's life like that, and you can change the direction of their, okay, maybe it saved their rent from going into eviction. Maybe it saved them from having to go into foreclosure. Because again, we used to consult people when Rob, you remember, we used to have the best numbers in New York State as a mortgage broker. We saved 365 homes from foreclosure in 1 year, Bob and I, my husband and I. And there's something really gratifying about that when you can do that for people, really, really gratifying in life. So because money is a tool, and money's like oxygen, you got to have it. So that's why we put this together, is so that you guys can have that cash flow coming in, so that you can say, oh, maybe you don't need 5,000 a month. Maybe you need 5,000 a week. That's kind of where I'm at. I like 5,000 a week, 10,000 a week. That's kind of where I'm at in 12 years, so that's what I've been consistently doing. But some people might say, I just want 1,000 a month. I mean, we have people from all over. That's between you and you. Right? That's between you and you. Like, only you know what you need to pay your bills to become and have that freedom number. Has anyone wrote down what their freedom number is in a long time? Have you wrote down what your freedom number is? Like, that is basically what your living expenses are. And I mean, even put down toothpaste, like, that you buy every single month. Write down your freedom number and then re-engineer it to say, okay, like Rob, he knows he's got to make X amount of money. He's got his car almost paid off, like, because of his home-based business, but he knows his freedom number. And my son at the age of 28 is literally financially free because of the strategies that his dad and I have taught him. Because they're not teaching it in school. Don't even get me on that subject. I homeschooled my kids. I pulled them out of school in the 9th grade. Right, Rob? You were homeschooled, and you were actually, we self-educated you. He's been going to events with Bob and I since the age of what, Rob? How old? So I think you were,
gosh, I mean,
7?
Yeah, about that. Mm-hmm.
The first event you were 1 when we brought you to the first real estate investing event. I think you were 1 year old. So when you talk in your family, I call it, your family unit. And I'm not trying to be, like talking about like so much of this today, but honestly, the family unit, I want to see, like, in my community, coming back. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be talking to your kids about money. There's no reason. It's not a bad word. You should be talking to your kids about money and how the inflation's gonna, I mean, my parents never did until I met Bob. He's just like, him and I, wow, really? We can do that? Like, I'd say to him, really? There's real estate events? There's events? Really? I don't have to work in this factory? That's where I met him, on a blind date. And I'm like, really? I don't have to go that way?
That's the very thing that I was raised by from my parents. Is what I loved about them is they presented the information, but they never gave it to me. So they never just handed out things to me. I worked hard, got my own car, my things that I want. So that's what I liked about them. But so, you have a thing I learned, and it was mind blowing on YouTube. You find a lot of stuff that's free information. But also what I found is that the very top people of this planet that like to rule it, and we don't get too far on that, but the fact is they actually have brainwashed you guys into thinking money is not good. And so it's a tool. That's it. That's all money is. So biblically, it's a tool. Philosophically, it's a tool, it's an exchange of energy. And so what they've done is they've made people be afraid. I've actually had people come to me and they go, I don't know, I got the link right in front of me, this person wants to join, but I don't know what I'm gonna, like, what do I tell them? Well, they want to join you, they want to pay you money. I don't know about that. That's what I've heard in my own mentoring. So when I looked at that and I started thinking that, and I looked at all these factors of working online, and I started to find it was such a brain fog problem people have, that I receive money in gratitude. I'm grateful that I actually got it and I'm able to work with that person. It's not of like, oh, look at, I just now added to the piggy bank. It's not about that. And so my mom and I, we work with 12 years of talking. My mom's been in this industry, this own industry. She's been self-employed for 30 plus years. I quit my job in 2017. And so when I quit my job, and I know everyone, they don't always want to get on the Zooms and hear the backstory, but if you're brand new and you want to hear the reason why we created this product, was we wanted to make it easy. We wanted to make the interface just right there in front of you. You click, click, click. There you go. There it is. And then a community you come back to once you actually do join. That's the key thing. I mean, I look at it all the time, and you get, you'll join and you think it's amazing. And then right after the high of the Zoom, you go, thump, and then you're back to regular life again. So what we've done with Get Fearless Freedom is literally the word itself, freedom. And so that means a lot to people. But what the way I looked at it is like, okay, I help my mother, I help my own life too. The fact that I could literally go, like last night I'm really coming out of my shell. I went to a karaoke event last night. I
I'm proud of
haven't
you.
forever. And
Yeah.
I'm in front of everyone. I got my brothers next to me, and I got my Motown folks, I got my country folks, I got my rap Airbnb. I mean, I loved it, and I'm getting along with everyone. And so that, to me, I'm like, that makes me feel good. It makes me feel good that I'm entertaining them, they're entertaining, and we're all coming together with love. And so what happens is you got a bunch of garbage going on. And when the moment you want to make money, you immediately are falling into that trap. They got you, and they got you well. The top people, they don't want you wealthy, and they've biblically brainwashed people, they've philosophically brainwashed people, they've psychologically brainwashed people to
Yep.
getting a transfer of energy that could actually help a person's life, which is a tool, and that's it, tool, of money. So that's why we put that in the top level. We have a lot of that stuff. We have the great communities that come together. And then we have these levels that are not your typical online crap, that you got out there. This is something that we Get Fearless Freedom. We have this, we have great tools behind it. I have my training, like my Facebook training, things like that.
Absolutely.
We have bonuses, which is really cool. We do actually have bonuses. My mom has all that stuff when people do join the 1K level. And the thing is, you can always get on Zooms, you can hear the positivity, you can always hear rah rah. But what Jamie knows, a great friend here, and a few others that have been on the actual, like, the Monday train. See, you can join today, and then you actually get trained on Monday. So that's what's kind of cool, is that you get, you join, and then you get trained on Monday. So I think it's kind of cool. Is like, you get immediate training, but I'm saying another Zoom on Monday. We have two. But yeah, I can go over anything over and over and over again. And I always like to, when I listen to people talk, and I hear a bunch of people talk, but what they're not getting to, and I think you guys understand, is they're not getting to the literal actual right there, then and there. And so that's why we created Get Fearless Freedom. We have your capture pages. They're very, very cheap. I mean, we're talking unlimited capture pages. The whole
Yep.
system to maintain it is $1.56 per day. Last I
Yep.
checked, we're not in 1918, where that's like people worked for pennies. They couldn't afford the $1.56 per day, right? So there's definitely a time of change, and the way we're looking at the world and the economy and stuff like that. I have a 30,000 viewpoint look, not a right or left look. I have simply a logical look, and I'm like, man, people need help. People need help, but also they need something that's not this like typical, oh, look at this fast cash. You guys see it all the time on Facebook. Make $200, make $20, Cash App, this and that. You look at it and it's products like a PLR product. It has zero to it. It's a document that you get in your Facebook Messenger. And then you're like, well, have a good one. And you never talk to them again. They archive your chat. Am I wrong or am I right? It's very true. So that's why we created communities. That's why we created GFF. And that's why we created a transparent a community to help people. And so that's why, like, my biggest passion is right behind me, green screen, but I go hiking all the time. Got an Apple Watch Ultra, and I track this all the time. So I go out hiking a lot, and I've literally lost 40 pounds in 1 year, followed my mom's footsteps of health. And now I'm actually helping people, and I am feeling a lot better. And I'm going out karaokeing, and I mean, gosh, it's just amazing, and that's the thing is, what is that going to change? If it's not now, when is it? And that's a very typical quote, but it's also a very true quote. You know what I mean? Like, when would it change? And so when it changed with me, and I'm going to end it with this, and this is very eye-opening, and I will be honest with you, what changed me is there's one point recently that happened, and then a past time. Recently is I had a 30-year-old friend killed by a drunk driver, an illegal immigrant in Arizona. Okay, 30 years old. He was on Easter. He met Jesus that day. Okay, and so whatever belief patterns you got in your own mind, that's what I thought, and I hope for him. Okay, and so when I look at that, and I have a 30-year-old friend I knew for 4 years, physically in real life, I converse with him, I talk to him. He's my best buddy. Okay. And here I am looking at ham dinner at a buffet in Las Vegas. And I get a call from my great friend Cordell. And he tells me that. And here I'm thinking, well, maybe tomorrow will work. Maybe tomorrow marketing will work. Maybe tomorrow. I kept hearing that in my head. Here I'm looking at, I'm doing my thing, but it wasn't the results I was wanting. And so here my friend Harley, 30 years old, had 2 boys, was about to marry his fiancee Hannah. And he's gone. That means tomorrow, imagine I'm not talking, or you're not here. So that's what got me. And then the past event got me going, which I was lazy for a year. I'll get lightly in the future, I can talk about that. But where I'm getting at is the action mode. And in 2017, when I quit my job, there was 3 guys that came into my store, and they all had knives. Verizon store. I worked at Verizon. Very techie. I love all that stuff.
Mhm.
And so when we created Get Fearless Freedom, we had a combination of, we had a bunch of accumulations. Look at this, where my expertise of like, oh, mom, we might need that funnel builder. We might need training. We might need the community support that I was giving at Verizon. And so I took I took like the corporate world, and because, my mom knew, of course, corporate world too. She knew 9 to 5 working as well. And so I did the modern stuff. I was like, wait a minute, people need this stuff. And,
Yep.
it was like a kitchen soup type of thing, throwing everything in. But that's what recently changed me a lot. And mom's seen a freaking 360
Yeah.
is when that whole thing happened on Easter. And it was like, wow. And, there's certain things that I guess that happen that will change people for the better. And that is good. But hopefully the Zoom can help you in regards of, getting who invited you to the Zoom, getting with your sponsor, leveling up with them, and, and seeing if you find value in what you see here, and it can fit for you, and it can even help your existing business. That's the thing, is you got to ask yourself, is Facebook the route you're going? Is it helping you? For me, it wasn't. For me, it wasn't all the time. So that's why,
Yeah.
we did this.
That's why I like to have options.
Yeah, exactly. But sorry
What
to
I
talk
love is
long
this,
and everything. but I wanted to just, get that off the table of being able to help, bring the light to you guys, finding that truth and the changing point, and that's what it did for me, Mom. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is we're bringing in so many amazing people and leaders and people that see kind of like this movement where we can show people, yes, advertising, but also, hey, where are you stuck? Like, because I was stuck for many, many years too. Jamie, thank you so much for putting this together. This is Jamie's, just love this lady. She put this whole, if you want this PDF, if you want it now, I can't figure out, because again, I'm not techie. I just make money with the system. But yeah, if you guys want this PDF, we have it in our Facebook group. Okay. We actually have it right here in this Facebook group that you belong to. Right here, we have a huge community group. It's right here. I just put it in here. So right here, you just click that link and it pops up. So if you're not in our Facebook group, definitely come into our Facebook group. Okay. But it pops right up because we put it in the files section. But that's it in a nutshell. I mean, actually look at it. It's a lot. So the community support, I think, is what so many people love. And again, I've been doing Zooms for a long, long time. I can, pretty much talk to every single person individually. So if you guys need that, the cost of doing business, this is what I love about Jamie. She summarized it. The cost of doing business, GFF platform, honestly, you're not going to have to pay $1 million here. 200, 500, 1,000, you can come in wherever you fit in. That was a great question you had. You can always upgrade later. You just pay the difference. Okay, so you just pay the difference. And then the autoresponder, I like Aweber. I teach a lot on Aweber, how to use Aweber. Of course, it's a one-click setup in the back office. I can show you guys that after I'm off of my YouTube channel. And then of course, $13 for domain name. And then this is your advertising. We have free methods available. We have people that crush it on Facebook, YouTube. There's Pinterest. I don't even, some of the places we haven't even explored yet. It's just like the ocean. We were watching this ocean movie last night, and there's places in the ocean people haven't even been to yet, right? And Instagram. So, and then there's paid traffic. I can run paid traffic for anyone here because I'm an expert lead generator. So it's pretty cool to have a business, a 5-figure month business that you can run for a few $100. Who wants that? Me. If I would have had this, I'm telling you right now, if I would have had this when we were losing our homes to foreclosure, we lost 15 homes to foreclosure in the crash in 2006. It wasn't very fun. I've lost my own personal home to foreclosure, and it still hurts. It burns. Let me tell you, it burns. But you know what? I take that burning, that hurt, and I've turned it into a good thing, and I help people now. So I took that feeling of saying to Rob and Amanda, we got to move. We got to move. I mean, the collapse, it came. So anyone on here that doesn't think that I've gone through hard times, I've had $50 left in my bank account. But you know what? No one's ever given me any money, and no one's ever taught me anything. No one's ever given me one person for a downline. I've done it all on my own. So I'm telling you, you have it. You have the power. You can do it. You can turn your life around if you're needing to. Okay. And if I'm speaking to you today and you happen to say, oh my gosh, she's reading my mind, it's because I know I've been through it. I've coached a lot of people. You're going to run into these people that are going to have these situations right now because of things. They thought it was always going to go up. They thought the real estate's always going to go up. I don't know why, bring in real estate investors and realtors seems to be my niche. But I told one guy just the other day, he's building homes. Did you know that they're building homes cheaper right now? They're putting in, not to get off the topic here, but they're putting in cheap products just to get the homes done because they can't get the good supplies anywhere else. I know what's going on out there, guys, gals. I know what's happening, but I'm feeling really good because I've relaunched this in February and I says, okay, this was the timing to do it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream, stop the recording.